Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here at Apollo Racing Club. We are kicking off a very brand new season here. It is going to be our IMSARC racing season. Hold on. Wow, I am still trying to get my life put together here. I'm having to learn a whole bunch of new stuff on the spot, but we're going to have some very exciting racing for you here in just a little bit. I'm currently setting up the last of the cameras so that we can get over to qualifying, but it is going to be an interesting season. It is going to take place in iRacing, which is new for me and a couple of others, as it is going to be a mixed class season. We are going to be splitting it between the LMPs and the GT3 cars, so it will be multi-class all the way through, and this week we are racing down in the great state of Georgia here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. This should be a very, very interesting race. We are getting qualifying kicked off right about now. Just got to get the cameras over, and we will we'll start taking a look at what is going on over on the track. Right now, we're watching Eric Mahoney coming around, getting his qualifying lap started here. It is going to be a solo qualifying session, if I remember correctly. So I'm going to be trying to do my best to keep us caught up, but for the time being, these are our practice times. We had a couple of real fast boys, a couple of 109s, a lot of 110s and 111s in the LMP cars, and in the GT3s, looks like 117 is going to be where the times are starting. But for right now, we're just going to watch him come around the final bend and into the pits. Let's find another car out on track. Looks like Colin Johnson in the number 176 car is going to be the one going around the track for the time being. Let me try and get a couple more things visible here on screen. I'd rather do this. Is that what I'm looking for? That is what I'm looking for. Or we can do that. There we go. We can keep an eye on the time deltas. I'm playing with a whole new overlay system, so this is gonna be fun for me, because I got all these new toys to play with. But yeah, each driver is going to get 2 laps to qualify. So I'm going to try and do our best here to just kind of keep everybody on camera. It's going to be a lot of new names here for me. I'm sure anybody who else has watched our iRacing seasons will be familiar with most of these, so go ahead and throw this warning out early. If anybody ends up watching a stream, you know one of the drivers, or are one of the drivers, you can always get a hold of me in Discord. Tell me how to pronounce your name correctly. I like to try and get them, try and get them right as best I can, but I am only a mortal. But I'm getting some DMs that the drivers only get 2 laps to qualify here, so everyone is going to count. And some of the grid has already done their qualifying laps, so I believe that is what we're seeing there over on the side. Let me go ahead and put the track map up here just so we can keep track of where everybody is. Give me 1 second here. All right, and that is going to be his lap done. Let's see, anybody else out on the track? It doesn't look like there's anybody on track. Might be some confusion on who is going to go out next. Let's see if I can't find someone. I think everybody's in the pits at this point. There's no way we're done with quali already, are we? There's 36 cars. Where'd everybody go? Okay. Here, bear with me, folks. I'm working on it. I'll go ahead and put that away. Well, for the time being, there is your leaderboard over on the right hand or left hand side of your screen there. Just a minute left in qualifying, so maybe I am to understand that everybody's already done. So it looks like Alessandro Porta, excuse me, is going to be the first one to finish. Let me get over to the let's see if I can get on pit lane camera. Maybe. No, it really just wants me right there. Huh. Okay, well, nonetheless, it's going to be Alessandro Porta in first place, Michael LeBron in P2, Eric Mahoney to round out P3. Those are going to be our podium starters for the LMPs. Down in the GT3s, that is going to be Diago. Oh, that's a last name. The number 33 car starting in P1 of the GT3 grid, followed by Jack in the number 24 car in a Ferrari, and we got another Porsche for Alejandro in the number 12 car, going to be starting in P3 for the GT3 split. And I'm still trying to get us over to pit lane just so we can maybe get a shot of the grid over there, but I don't know that it's going to let me. So let me get a couple of things ready here. Just one moment, please. I just got a DM that I'm going to go take care of because he is right. Let's get rid of that. There we go. DM, for, handy little DM from the race organizers reminding me there's a watermark that I can turn off. So we did. We got a couple people leaving the pits now. Yep, because we are on our warm-up lap. That is going to be our qualifying winner there, Alessandro Porta. Yep, and we've got everybody leaving the pits now. Get a good shot. A couple of Ferraris pulling out, BMW right there. A lot of Ferraris on the grid tonight. Also quite a lot of BMWs. Coming out of the pits right now. Just a few more still parked in there, making some last-minute changes to their setups, I'm sure. There are going to be our qualifying results there, at least for the practice. Get a good shot of the first 18. Put that away and pull us back over here. Alessandro Porta back into the pits. And to everybody out there watching this right now, you're gonna have to cut me a little slack. I'm trying to learn this as best I can, just to try and get things sorted out here. It is a little bit different of a format than I am used to, but we are figuring it out as we go here. Let me pull up stream here. Make sure everything's still looking good on our end. There we go. All right, now I can see the chat too. How's everybody doing? Oh man, we were getting this put together at the absolute last second here. Got Nick Schwartz leaving the pits now for his warm-up. There we go. Pop the chat out. There we go. Now I can see all of your beautiful usernames talking to me in the chat. Got DePaul in the chat. Bro, how am I supposed to watch this when Pokey's streaming right now? Ooh. Well, look at it this way. You're gonna save yourself some simp bucks. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. She does rule Twitch after all. Got the The Kubi rules, hashtag Ceylon, or Kalon power. Is it Ceylon or Kalon? I don't remember. Leaderboard doing all sorts of interesting stuff right now. Not sure what to make of all of that yet. How long is the race? It is going to be a 1 hour late race. Right now we were finishing up the last little bit here of the warm-up, and then we should be lining up on the starting grid. Go ahead and put that away for right now. Oh, and there we go. The session flips, and we should have a starting grid here in just a moment. Yep, everybody loading in right now. Really wish it gave me... There we go. And there is everybody loading into the starting grid. And in here in just a minute, we will have a race on our hands, folks. Let's go ahead and pull that up just so we can keep an eye on the grid. Let's see how many people load in. We can have as many as 40 cars, according to my leaderboard here, so we will know. I don't believe it's split into teams. However, we have 18 cars in the LMP2s, and we have 22 in the GT3s. So it is going to be a pretty full grid here. And those yellow bands, there we go. It's getting everybody sorted out. The safety car is starting to move. And we are going to start our formation lap here. Watermark just keeps showing up. There we go. There's the GT3 grid loading in. Why does it do that? Oh, I wonder if I've got something configured wrong. Weird. Leaderboard is doing all sorts of weird stuff. Let's go ahead and get that out of our way for right now. Coming around the last couple of bends here, and then we will have a race on our hands. With this being the first race of the season, not really a ton to talk about yet. Kind of just, really, we're gonna kind of get a lay of the land with this race here. See where everybody's pace is at, how they stack up on the grid. We will know here in just a little bit. But there they are coming down the hill, rounding the final corner. The lights will light up, and now we are just waiting for the green light to drop, and this race is underway. And we're going to begin the very first race of this first season here, the IMSARC multi-class season here at Road Atlanta. Oh my goodness, and we already have massive incident. Looks like Keaton Scott is going, or excuse me, that's Brandon Gouliot, sent off the track there. Also looks like another one wrapped up in that. Looks like the main pack has gotten away though, with Michael LeBron up in P1. Oh, and we got more contact as our qualifying starter and another LMP car off of the track there. That's going to see, that's, yeah, both Alessandro Venosi and Jason Fryer have crashed there. And get it moved back around the track. Let's check in with our GT3 cars. Ooh, maybe. Go ahead and put this back up as well. Officially through our first lap there. We've already got some folks heading into the pits. Let's take a look. Ooh. Man, look at that grid. Already mixed up a little bit. Got some LMP2s in the back, but the GT3 still pushing on. Coming around turn one, looks like that's going to be Joshua Kimball there with some company. Brandon Salazar catching up to him a little bit. Now going into the S's there. Just to give you guys an idea of what's going on with the leaderboard, because I believe I have just figured it out, it appears that iRacing is only loading some of the grid. As a result of that, it's shifting things around when I click around the screen. Mitch getting overtaken there on the outside. Just a good line through there for the passing driver. That's going to be a Porsche out in front of him. I'm going to do a little bit of Googling to see if I can't figure out how to sort that out and keep the race going. Give me one moment here, folks. Looks like we just had a pass for P1, or is that the leaderboard being silly again? That was the leaderboard being silly again. Hold on one moment. Whoa. Oh, so that's how you do replays. Didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh. 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 I broke it. Okay, hold on, folks. Hold on. We can save this. Give me just a moment here, and I will get this sorted out for you. I was just trying to focus in on who got passed, and then it broke everything. So give me just a moment here, folks. I'm gonna try and get this sorted out. Not sure what happened there, but we're gonna fix it right now. All right, trying to load back in right now. There we go. Okay, it's trying. We're almost there, folks. Graphics options, draw all cars. DeHassy, you the man. Just an update if anybody's joining us right now. I broke it. I broke the stream. I tried to click in on an event where somebody overtook for first place, but it broke the game instead. So I'm trying to load back into the race right now. Thank you so much for your patience. And hopefully here in just a little bit, we'll have some racing to watch together. In the meantime, how's everybody's Sunday doing? Been a relatively eventful weekend for me. I've been very, very busy. Been doing some networking. Had to work on Saturday, which I ordinarily don't have to. Otherwise, I wouldn't complain. Lots of people have to work on Saturday, but I'm a Monday through Friday boy. Pretty exciting. I don't know if I'm going to save anybody some spoilers, but the F1 race was pretty interesting. Definitely a little upset myself, but that's okay. If you watch the race, you probably know which driver I'm a fan of. We are still trying to load back into the race, folks. She is going as fast as she can. And then before I get the leaderboard running again, I'm going to try to fix that it's not drawing all the cars. And that should hopefully fix what the leaderboard was doing. But we will know shortly. It's at 90%. We're almost there. We're having a race of our own here, a little race against the clock. Because yeah, I need to fix that. Otherwise, every time I change cars, it completely recycles the entire leaderboard. And there we go. All right, I was stuck on 90%. I was getting nervous. Now it's loading in. There we go. Ooh, come on. Come on, you can do it. Okay. There we go. Back. Okay, graphics, you said draw all cars. Get it so that you guys are watching the race, maybe. Okay, we're done with that. Whatever. We're gonna suffer through it. Let's get that out of the way. Let's get back to the race. Let's see if it actually fixed itself. Is Keegan Scott actually in first place? He's in second. Michael LeBron is in first place. There we go. All right, we're starting to get it sorted out here. Go. LeBron goes for a pass on the inside of the GT3. Oh, and the GT3 catches him on the brakes coming around the next tight bend. And we're coming up to some traffic with two Ferraris there. Why is that gap? Let's do that. Is interval what I'm looking for? That's what we're looking for. Why is it feet instead of time? Oh man. Well, this is interesting. The leaderboard does not know what it's doing. So here, let's start it from scratch. All of your timing data will be lost. Yeah, it's already screwed, so. Trying to fix it right now, folks. That since it's frozen right now anyways. Okay, has it sorted its life out? I believe it has. Classic technical difficulties. Okay, Austin Armstrong into the pits. Looks like Melon Pitch also into the pits. Yeah, the leaderboard woke up and it shows violence. I agree. You know, I really don't appreciate that. Let's see if we can't find some racing. Here we go. Eric Mahoney looks like putting the number 193 car under a bit of pressure. Who is the number 193 car? That's going to be okay, so that's Alessandro Porta. Started our race in P1, now currently in P19. That he is putting some pressure on right now. Which makes me wonder if maybe qualifying caught some people off guard. Not 100% sure. We got two Ferraris there in the mix. What we should see here is that LMP car just pull away every time they get to an exit, and that's what we're seeing there. Makes an easy pass on the outside there. Now trying to chase down, that is going to be Keegan Scott up in second place. Eric Chang also starting to close up on someone. Let's take a look there. Actually, no, that's Eric Chang getting caught up to by the car behind. That's going to be Alessandro Venazzi. And the number, I think it's, yeah, Venazzi, the number 27 car. Eric Chang, one of our Apollo Racing Club GT3, so from our ACC league, where I recognize him from. Rocking the same teal and orange livery as always. Definitely love to see that. Catching up to some Ferraris, going to go for the pass on the inside, runs out of room. But we'll get an easy pass once we get around this hairpin there. Gets on the inside, looks like the other LMP is going to capitalize on it. Ferrari gets a little loose there out on the dirt. It looks like both of them going to make their way through just fine. Cameras, there we go. Eric Chang gonna be under pressure. The other car goes for the inside and is able to capitalize. It gets out in front of Eric Chang, and that is going to be a pass made there. That's gonna move Venazzi up into 5th place. Looks like we have a bit of a battle going on here between Kublai. Oh, that was a passing LMP2, excuse me. And yep, sure enough, as soon as I click on things, it breaks the leaderboard. We'll fix that in a future race there, but we're gonna go ahead and take a look over at Keegan Scott now. Right on the heels of Eric Mahoney, excuse me. That's gonna be the number 43 LMP just in front, passing a Ferrari right now. Get around the Porsche, no problem. Now following through the corners there. Did a nice onboard here with Keegan Scott. And you can see just how cramped the inside of those LMP2 cars are. I have stuck my head inside of one of those, and if anything, iRacing is making it look less claustrophobic than it really is. Now through the S's, coming up to a bit of traffic. There's going to be an AMG just in front of them. That's going to allow Keegan Scott to get right on the rear bumper there of Eric Mahoney. Looking for ways around, no room to make it happen. I'm sure you can see the traffic out in front of him. There's going to be a Porsche that's going to hold him up coming into the next corner, so it's going to be on him to try and capitalize on the next straight that he gets. You see Eric makes his way through, no problem. Now coming up on a Ferrari. They will beat him to the corner. That's a number 404 car there. And this is the battle for second that we're watching right now. Looks like a rough exit there for Keegan Scott. Is going to give Eric Mahoney some breathing room. Like Eric Chang starting to catch some traffic there. Looks like he's starting to kind of close the gap to the number 27 car, Alessio Venazzi, out in front. About a second. Let's look at their best times over here. It does look like Venazzi does have the advantage. Just looking at their previous, was that their best lap time? Let's look at their last laps here. Actually a little closer. It looks like just about 2/10 separating them at the moment. Looks like Julio Ortiz and Melon Pitch may be getting pretty close here. That's right, Melon Pitch in the LMP2s there. Makes the pass happen. It looks like, that's the number 16 car. Anthony Jones off track, just in front of them. Going to get passed by some traffic. Anthony Jones is going to be in P15 now, so it is between those two LMP2 cars for the lead. Or not for the lead, but for position. Coming into turn one. Man, those LMP cars are fast. Considering he's going around that corner, he's cooking about 140. Looks like Matthew Stevens getting pretty close to somebody up in P. That's not P4 because the leaderboard's wrong, but let's take a look here down. Looks like we got two cars pretty close to one another. Oops. And it shifted right when I clicked on them. There we go. Pack of cars here coming down the back straight. Joshua Kimball goes for a dive on the outside there, narrowly missing the Ferrari. Makes the pass happen, though. Now the number 20 car is going to try and get a piece. We got a green. Ooh, we just missed it off camera there, but there's going to be one of the GT3s trying to get inside one of the LMP2s. Doesn't exactly work out for him. That's going to be Joe Fierro. Looks like just behind him, Matthew Rice under a little bit of pressure there. It's going to be Melon Pitch in the number 16 car of LeBron M. So that's, yeah, Michael LeBron. Looks like Eric Chang and Alessandro Porta getting pretty close again. Nope, that's just the leaderboard being silly, but you can see them. Eric Chang right behind. I believe that is Colin Johnson behind him. Let's see, it is. Let's watch these two. Wow, this leaderboard is not making it easy for me to keep track of who's where. We're doing our best here. Because, yeah, the amount of in and out, what is going on right now? Melon pitch filtering through some traffic again. That's going to be Stefano driving the number 22 car right now. Fending off. It looks like that is going to be Nick Gowen behind him in the Ferrari. There we go. Melon pitch makes his way through. And now Nick Gowen trying to catch up to Stefano here. See there, LMP2 car makes a lunge up the inside. It's going to be the number 193 car. That's going to be Alessandro Porta. Getting very close to with these two there. Ferrari gets a better line through there and cinches up right on the back of him. Coming down the hill through the S's. It looks like an LMP is going to catch up to them coming up the hill. AMG fighting tooth and nail. The LMP is going to get him on the outside. Number 109 Ferrari is going to try and capitalize on it and loses the back end. And Nick Gowen is going to go off track there. And that is going to give some breathing room to the AMG out in front. Check in with our race leader, Michael LeBron. It's like catching up to some traffic here. Let's see if we can make out a car number. But pulling a sizable lead, has almost a 1 mile gap to second place. That's going to be the number 20 car. That's driven by Matthew Stevens. Yeah, I don't know how it's calculating all of those pit entries and exits. Nobody's going into the pits, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Looks like Tommy Kogan moves up into second place. Nope, currently P5. The leaderboard was just confusing me. We do have one car into the pits. Looks like currently in P4, the number 22 car of Andrew Serwick is in the pits. Yep, and Tommy is going to pass him in the pits to move up into P4. You know, while we're watching this, I'm going to try and spin up another leaderboard, because this one is just playing with my brain way too much. It's like Julio Ortiz and Mark Freeney already close to one another there. Let's watch this battle for a little bit. We got a Lamborghini out in front. That is going to be driven by Julio Ortiz. Anthony Jones makes a pass there on the outside of the Ferrari. Never mind, SimHub doesn't want to cooperate either, so we're just going to suffer through this while we can. While I Google that graphics option that you pointed me to, but I didn't see. Give me one moment here, folks. Like we have another close battle here. Colin Johnson under some pressure from Eric Chang, and that is going to be for position. Eric Chang having a pretty good drive, currently up 7 positions on the day. Colin Johnson also up 3. Okay, it looks like Eric Chang into the pits there. Aha, there's the max car setting that eluded me. Found it. All right, bear with me, folks, here. I'm going to try and get to that and out really quick, so you're going to see the menu. Nothing I can really do about it at the moment. Yeah, I know. Traffic. Cars. Let's just set it to 50. Good. Done. That's fine. Put that away. Let's see if that fixed things. Click on Tommy Kogan back in second place. Did that fix it? Oh my goodness, that fixed it. All right, we're back in business, boys. We're gonna watch Tommy Kogan here work his way around some GT3s that are racing for position. That is gonna be Liam McNeil and Bart Matthew. Oh man. That is quite the last name. Matya? I hang out with the two of them because they are practically on top of one another. We actually have quite the train of cars here battling for position. Does look like Bart is going to get the advantage there. And the car behind now under some pressure. That was for position there. Nope, that's the number 163 car. It is starting to get crowded. It's one of the nice things about multi-class racing is every once in a while everybody ends up on the same part of the track. And you can see those LMPs there diving to the inside, try and take advantage of their superior top speed to beat the GT3s to the corner. It looks like it works out for the number 98 car and the number 43 car there. Ooh, and that LMP goes on the outside. The 53 gets tapped. by a Ferrari behind and spun off the track. That was going to be Jason Fryer there. Looks like Michael LeBron gets first place back from Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson in the pits right now. And Keegan's under a little bit of pressure there from Alessandro Vanazzi. Colin Johnson leaving the pits now. Alessandro Porta into the pits. Ooh, catches up to some traffic there, an awkward bit of track. Joshua Kimball does a good job of negotiating that around the outside, but it does allow Keegan Scott. Looks like gets passed there by Alessandro Vanazzi. Yep, in the number 27 car, just gets held up by traffic. There's nothing you can really do about it. Joshua Kimball there on the inside. Looks like Keegan's going to be able to get out in front of him. Now beginning his chase of Vanazzi out in front. And just a couple of hundredths separating them. Keegan goes for the inside. It looks like he has it. We'll see if Vanazzi can get the switch back. Doesn't look like it. And that is going to be the move made, and Keegan Scott up into third place. But the race is not over coming into turn one. Vanazzi just a half second behind. Looks like he is continuing to grow that gap. Half second is now up to 8/10, but it looks like a good exit up over the hill. Vanazzi is going to reel him back in just a little bit. There is now a Ferrari in between the two of them. And that should give Keegan the breathing room he needs, but he comes up to some traffic of his own. Vanazzi makes his way through the traffic as well, and now Keegan Scott has nothing between him and the passing LMP car, who is continuing to narrow down the gap into the braking zone inside of a half second. We'll see if he can continue to close up coming around the corner. Looks like a good exit for Keegan around the final corner of the track here. He starts his 29th lap, excuse me. Right now, his closest battle on track for position, so we're going to keep an eye on these two. There we go, those are the gaps that we're looking for. And so what those bar graphs at the bottom represent is just how much the gap has grown from lap to lap. A little bit of rubber banding there between the two of them. We're certainly going to see some more of that coming around this corner here as Vanazzi is able to close up and potentially make a pass, and he does on the inside there. Keegan Scott gets real unlucky with some traffic that he has caught up to, and that is going to allow him to make an easy pass on the inside. We'll see if he can get it back, but the battle for third rages on. Ooh, we've got a yellow flag there. It looks like Mark Feeney has a bit of an accident. We'll check back in with these two here in just a little bit. It looks like back in the GT3 grid, we've got some action beginning to evolve. Looks like Anthony Jones in the middle of it, gets out in front of them, so now it's just down to a Porsche and a Ferrari. Oh, and there's contact, it looks like, yeah. And we see one car, that is going to be Mario Salafranca, goes off track there. There we go, gets his way back out on track. A weird camera angle to watch that from, but he is back on track. Let's look at the back of his Porsche there to see. May have just been light contact, maybe some snap oversteer. Not sure what happened there. Not going to risk another replay either. Here we're watching Shady Ahmad and Joshua Kimball. Currently battling for, that is going to be E10. Oh, and there's an accident just in front of them. Looks like a Porsche goes a little slow and gets bumped into the back of. And that allows Joshua Kimball out in front. Looks like a rough couple of laps there for Joshua Kimball, but traffic has kind of allowed him to get out in front. Is that DeAndre Young right behind them? I can't tell. Lets him pass. And now Ahmad right back on the rear bumper there. Now it's going to be a drag race down the straight. That's the number 22 car. It's Surwick. Yeah, and this is a 3-car train for 9th place that we're watching here. It's going to be between Joshua Kimball out in front, Shady Ahmad in 10th, and DeAndre Young in 11th, bringing up the rear of this battle. Ooh, gets a little bit loose there. Is going to lose a bit of time. Joshua Kimball doing a good job of filtering through some traffic there. But that number 98 car not letting up. Gonna go for the lunge on the outside. Oh, and misses his braking marker. That's gonna be an off track there. Yep, Shady Ahmad off track, is back on track, but Joshua Kimball gonna be able to run away with that lead in 9th place. Check in with Liam McNeil and Bart Matya. Man, you're gonna have to reach out to me after the race and tell me how to pronounce that one. That is my American showing, but Liam McNeil out in front of this battle. It's gonna be for 34th. And the Ferrari, chasing Ferrari, looks like it's got a little bit of front end damage there. Oh! And a huge accident for Liam McNeil. I had to hold my breath there for a second, and that is gonna be some massive damage for the Ferrari driver. Looks like he dips his rear tires out on the dirt just a little bit too long and throws the car straight head first into the wall. And that is going to be a massive, massive bummer for his race. Liam McNeil definitely going to have to make an unscheduled pit stop for that one. Let's go ahead and check in with another battle here. Oh, hold on. There we go. Yeah, definitely seeing some damage we're not used to seeing in ACC, at least from my perspective there, but that's going to be the number, number 24 Ferrari there, holding off P18. There's the 3rd place car right there, number 176, that is going to be driven by Colin Johnson in the LMP, the purple LMP right there behind the BMW. With these two getting very close in the hairpin. And we've got some more LMP2s catching up here. is Colin Johnson and Surwick there. And Jack going to head into the pits. That's the battle we were looking for. There we go, Surwick coming up to some traffic, allowing the number 9 car to catch up. That's Keegan Scott. Scary part of the track to catch somebody, but the downforce you can see with the LMP2 cars that can just carry so much more speed through the S's. Now down the hill. Coming into that at almost 150 miles an hour there, Surwick was. You're at about the halfway mark here, starting to see some people coming into the pits. How many pit stops have been served. Yeah, it's saying everybody's going in and out of pit lanes, but we got people leaving pit lanes that have done 0 stops, but I think that count there is accurate. It does seem to have put some distance between him and Keegan. Passing a Ferrari there in the entry of the S's. Looks like the Ferrari almost got a little unsettled. There's Keegan Scott trying to catch up. Just shy. A second and a half behind. Keegan Scott. Oh, and we've got a mistake there from Surwick. Puts it off the track and spins it. And that is going to allow Keegan Scott to pass through. See if our track map is behaving again. There we go, track map's behaving. Oh, kind of. Keegan Scott coming up to some traffic here. Actually, looks like just behind him, P5. And a bit of a scrap here. Actually got a lot of LMPs stacked on top of one another. Let's go ahead and hide that for right now. Keep our eyes on the action. Maybe Andrew Surwick trying to recover from that crash just a little bit ago. That is the number 2 car of DeAndre Young there. Gets passed on the inside. Tommy Lee Cogan in the 55 car, just 2 cars behind him, trying to catch up for position. Coming down the straight, DeAndre Young doing a good job of keeping caught up to the faster car, looking for ideas, goes for a lunge on the outside. Surwick doing a good job of keeping that corner closed down, though. No room for the other car to unlap himself, but runs wide, and that is going to allow Tommy Cogan to catch up. Number 55 car now right on top of him. A drag race down into the first corner. Looks like Surwick barely ahead by a nose, but Keegan, wow, I keep getting my names. That's Tommy Cogan, excuse me. Right there, wheel to wheel with him. You can see him just throwing it around the corner. Somehow finds the grip to make it happen and makes the pass. Moving him up into P5. But Surwick not out of the woods yet. We can see somebody get spun around there. Not sure who that was. That was Williamson off track. Tommy Cogan coming up to Joshua Kimball now. Joshua Kimball is currently holding down P10. Cogan makes it around him, no problems there. see there just how much faster the LMPs too, especially when they get on the power there, leaving that Ferrari standing still. It's like 8th and 9th starting to get pretty close to one another. Let's take a look back over there. This will be the 27 car and the 193 car is Venazzi and Porta. There's the time delta for these two. He's starting to catch up to Eric Chang, it looks like. Ooh. Yeah, that was a rough place to catch traffic, but there is a wonderful demonstration of some car control from the LMP2 driver there. Venazzi barely catching that, but now it's going to be 3 wide into turn 1, and it's going to get left standing still by Alessandro Porta there. Just has a speed advantage down the back or the front straight, not having a bit of a spin there at the beginning, and it just goes to show you those little mistakes make a pretty big difference once you're by the end of the straight. Finds almost a half-second advantage there. Let's take a look a little farther back in the grid. Nick Schwartz and Julio Ortiz starting to get into it a little bit. These two will be battling for 29th. Those lap times, Ortiz is starting to kind of close the gap a little bit. Looked like he locked up his rears there a little bit. Ooh, Joshua Kimball starting to come under some pressure. Let's take a look up there. That's not where I told you to go. It's going to be him and DeAndre Young. Number 22 car is in 6th place. Up a lap on these guys. Ooh, Josh Kimball gets a little bit loose there, allowing Eric Chang to filter through. See the number 22 car not really showing any patience to the AMG right there. Take a look farther back in the grid here. Kublai Silan and Eugene Malsev currently battling for P19. Looks like Keegan Scott makes a pass there. Now just a half second between these two GT3s. Number 55 car, Tommy Kogan catching up now. Ferrari really throws it around that corner there to try and keep eyes on Kublai up in front with a passing LMP car in the middle of it. that gap is getting closer. Ortiz and Nick Schwartz starting to get back into it again, or excuse me, that may be Craig Bray. This battle is getting closer once again. Let's take a look at how their last laps have been going there. They're rubber banding a little bit. It looks like Maltsev is just a bit quicker, but is having a couple of mistakes each lap, which has given Kublai the opportunity to stay out in front. We've got a crash there from Dylan Pitch. That's going to knock him back into 34th place after recovering. Andrew Surwick into the pits now. And Keegan Scott and Tommy Kogan getting pretty close to one another. We'll take a look at that here in just a little bit. Battle going on. Joshua Kimball still trying to fend off. It looks like, who is that just behind him? That's Shady Ahmad. Still trying to learn names. Shady Ahmad also under some pressure there from James Williamson. Ferrari exits wide, and that is going to allow the LMPs through. Now they're catching up to Joshua Kimball there. There's Kublai, we were just watching a moment ago. Goes too wide through the corner, carries a little bit more speed than Joshua Kimball, it looks like, but no room to make a pass happen. Backs off there. Kimball gets around, maybe just a little bit more confident on that part of the track. Kublai runs a little bit wide there, but the race between Joshua Kimball and Ahmad's very close. Oh, 170 miles an hour. My goodness, that is fast. Chang and Alessandro Porta getting very close to each other as well. Currently battling for P4. Eric Chang on the defense. Coming up to some traffic here. That BMW just exactly where he doesn't need it. And right as we click off, it looks like Shady Ahmad has an off track. Loses some time to Joshua Kimball. And it looks like the pass is going to get made by Porta there on the inside. We'll see if Eric Chang has any way to answer that. It looks like a pretty good exit there for Alessandro Porta. Pop back in the grid a little bit. We'll ride with Eugene Maltsev.
Battle. Oh, right as I click on it, it moved. Come on. Michael LeBron and Keegan Scott basically wheel to wheel. It looks like that's the number 176 car. Who's that? Not sure, but he is right on the rear bumper of Keegan Scott there. Oh, that's our race leader, Colin Johnson. Keegan Scott down a position since quali. He's going to be looking to hang on to the position he's got. Michael LeBron not giving up, has closed that gap back down to under a half second now. Chang into the pits. They get around that Ferrari, no problem. Ooh. Now it is wheel to wheel with these two. A bold move on the inside there from Michael LeBron. Now around turn one, he makes the pass happen. And that's going to move him up into P5. Keegan Scott definitely not out of it yet. He's got some traffic to negotiate through here, but that LMP2, the number 16 car, making it look pretty easy as he just weaves his way through the field. And Keegan Scott just gets left hanging out to dry. Keep an eye on our race leader here coming through some traffic. All right, race leader, so it looks like, yep, Colin Johnson going to head into the pits now. Does look like Michael LeBron is able to pull a pretty sizable gap to Keegan. Starting to catch up to someone now. Or excuse me, no, that's Michael LeBron catching him. Excuse me. So Michael LeBron really doing a good job of moving his way up the field. Looks on the inside there. Kogan able to turn the car, get it rotated in. But it looks like a rough exit's going to allow LeBron to catch up to the side. Now it is going to be a drag race down pit straight, although it looks like Tommy Kogan stays out in front of it. Now down into turn one, Keegan Scott there in the background. Alessandro Porta is going to exit the pits right behind them. And catching up to some traffic here. It's the number 8 car. It's going to be Ludwig. Oh, that's a tough last name, but currently in P4 in the GT3 split. Yep, and as Exia has just let us know, we have passed the 1 hour mark with 50 laps in, now 30 or 28 minutes remaining. And Tommy Kogan and Michael LeBron going to be battling it out for P3. Oh, and he makes a lunge for the inside there. Michael LeBron gets the apex, squeezes out in front of a Ferrari somehow. And Tommy Kogan manages to somehow hang on to it. And now he gets a good exit on the inside, gets back out in front of him, coming around the final corner. And Michael LeBron is going to have to wait again to try and pass Tommy Kogan. Tommy Kogan putting up a phenomenal defense there. These two still on top of each other, just a half second between the two of them. And I think the pace is there from Michael LeBron, but Tommy Kogan just putting on way too much of a defensive drive there for him to do anything with it. Let's look at their lap times here compared. Ooh, and Tommy Kogan gonna get passed on the outside there. That's gonna leave the apex to LeBron. He gets the pass there for turn 1, coming out to turn 2. Tommy Lee Kogan not able to get out in front of him, and that is going to be the pass made there by LeBron, moving him up into 3rd place. Comes up to some traffic. The Lamborghini loses traction, goes off wide, makes room for the LMPs to get back into contention. Tommy Lee Kogan right back on the rear end of Michael LeBron. Looks like a rough exit there for Michael LeBron. That's going to allow Tommy Kogan to get back out right behind him. You can still see Keegan Scott still in contention, as is Alessandro Porta. There we go again, down into the same corner, although Tommy Kogan has the inside this time around. And he is going to capitalize on it. Makes a great pass there through the hairpin, or not quite a hairpin, it's kind of more of a chicane. We'll call it a bend. How about that? And now it is Tommy Kogan back up in P3 with some traffic coming into turn 1. The Ferrari forced out wide. LMP2 cars filter through there, no problem. Now up the hill into the S's and into some traffic. That's going to be the number 20 car, Matthew Stevens there. Take a look at Alessandro Porta and Keegan Scott there battling it out. Now coming down into the next bend, hard onto the brakes. Keegan Scott on the inside. Alessandro on the outside, carries more speed, makes the move happen. With Tommy Kogan here. Let's look. There's Michael LeBron. That's the one we're looking for. Makes the pass on the Ferrari. Now down the hill onto the brakes. Tommy gets there before LeBron does. Excuse me, other way around. Tommy Kogan makes a good pass there, shifting the car around, getting it to rotate. Looks like we have somebody taking the runoff there. Now Tommy needs to capitalize on the fact he's got a Ferrari holding up the other LMP2 car in the S's. And does manage to gain about 3/4 of a second, but it looks like it's going to get taken right back. LeBron back on the charge. Now we're going to go back into this corner again. And it does not look like LeBron's going to be able to make the pass happen this lap either. Oh, and we get upset there behind. It looks like... Who was that just got spun around? That was Matthew Stevens, the number 20 car, currently in P13. It's a little unsettled there coming into the corner. And loses traction. Doesn't look like he loses any positions as a result. Joshua Kimball also under some fire. Just look at how fast these cars are going. Already up to 150 miles an hour. Now hard on the brakes. Already down under 100 miles an hour, and then back on the gas. Ooh, and Eric Mahoney starting to catch up to first place. He is now within a 1 second gap of first place with just 22 minutes left to go. Joshua Kimball also catching up to James Williamson. Let's catch up with this battle here. Looks like Williamson out in front has just had some rough laps there and is allowing Joshua Kimball to catch up. Well, let's check in on this battle for first. This is now down to a half second here with our race leader. Colin Johnson, basically running unopposed for the majority of this race, now has some pressure in the form of Eric Mahoney, who is just slowly chipping away at that lead, and actually not so slowly now, coming down the hill, is gonna make a pass on the inside, makes it stick. Let's see if he can get the exit too. And he does, noses out just in front of Colin Johnson, moving him up into P1, but the battle is far from decided here, now down pit straight. Into turn one, and these two are glued to one another. Does look like Eric Mahoney starting to grow a bit of a gap coming down the hill through the S's. We'll see if Colin Johnson's able to bring it back in. We're on board with Colin Johnson here. Going to pass some traffic there and then continue his race to first. Michael LeBron and Alessandro Porta getting pretty close here too. Check in with these two. This is the battle for fourth here. Also got Joshua Kimball and James Williamson back in contention. It looks like Joshua Kimball maintaining to get out in front of him. Jesus, 180 miles an hour and they're passing cars. That's insane to me. Good exit there from Porto. Let's see how much of an advantage it gives him down the straight. Now inside of a 10th. He looks to the inside coming up into turn one. They're gonna go too wide through turn one. And it looks like the inside car is able to get the traction down, and that is going to be Porta moved up into P4. Now into some traffic here, may give LeBron an opportunity to catch up. But now Keegan Scott is looking to get a piece of him. So
Jordan Keedmore, hi, is this a weekly event? This is actually going to be a once monthly event. When we get to the end of the stream, when we throw up the end card, I'll have the schedule visible there. And with just 18 minutes left in the race, you will not have to be waiting for very long, but there is still plenty of racing to be had. Keegan Scott looking to get his fifth place start to be his fifth place finish. Now down just a position, and only Michael LeBron holding him back. But also, the battle between Colin Johnson and, oh my goodness, what happened right when I clicked? There's a huge accident with our race leaders. And I am too nervous to try and get a replay there because it broke the game last time. But it looks like we catch them just as there's a huge accident between the two of them. And Colin Johnson going to be the survivor there. Eric Mahoney back on track. But it looks like, yeah, Colin Johnson goes off track and then collects Aaron Mahoney is at least what I am seeing in the logs here. May have overcooked it just a bit, I'm not sure. But Joshua Kimball under some pressure here. Looks like James Williamson is going to try and go too wide around the corner here. Now down the hill, and it looks like he's going to get out in front. Back out in front now. 3 classes, 2 classes. We've got GT3s and we've got LMP2s. I'd be showing more of the GT3s, but they've been pretty well spaced out for the majority of the race right now. Excuse me, that's not right. That's what we want. We got Diago out in first place for the GT3 split. Second place car, both in Porsches, and then we got here is third place for the GT3 split. But yeah, none of them really too super close to one another. At Ferrari, we can see is a little bit beat up. Let's check up with Shady Ahmad here. Excuse me, no, that's not what I wanted to do. It changed on me again. Jacob Williamson and Joshua Kimball still battling it out here, trying to decide who's going to finish in P10. Not a lot of time left for them to figure this out. Ooh, a little bit of a hot entry there for Joshua Kimball. Misses the apex, but keeps the car under control. That is going to grow a bit of a gap there to Williamson out in front. You know, and as I was saying, that there wasn't a lot of tight battles in the GT3s. We actually have one starting to develop here between 4th and 5th place. Did anyone tell Pitch that he's in an LMP? Yeah, I did. I also told Mr. Jones that he was in an LMP. Neither one of them are having a particularly strong race, but I think that is just a matter of a little bit more practice for the next circuit. And is the series full? It is. It is completely booked up. We currently have 40 cars on grid. However, you can definitely still sign up. I believe there are some reserve spots available. If not, go ahead and join up in the Discord. I think you're in there, and we will we'll see if we can't get you plugged in. These two definitely getting close to one another here. Looks like Lubano. Oh man. Okay, 124 is really under some pressure here. And Mercedes looks for a line on the outside, and he looks like he's got the top speed to make it happen. And he's able to hang on just for a little bit longer here, now down into the bend. That's not the camera I want to see. There we go. Excuse me. Ugh, allergy season. I don't know about you guys. Eugene Maltsev really putting the pressure on now. It looks like Eric Chang wants to get in the mix here, but he's just going to be passing lapped traffic. Happen there on the slower traffic. Eugene Maltsev starting to catch back up to the pack. Let's take a look at the battle between... Oh, if it'll let me get there. Come on, computer, do it. There we go. James Williamson and Joshua Kimball are getting pretty close to one another again. Ooh, we got a crash from Eric Chang, it looks like. Yeah, he has spun around there and manages to back off the track before anybody can catch up to him. And makes his way back out on track. Doesn't look like he loses any positions, although Surowick is going to be able to catch up to him just a little bit. Actually, there's a GT3 battle that's evolving there as we watch Eugene Maltsev make a pass there on the Ferrari. He's got the inside line there. The AMG gets on the apex, but the Ferrari may get the switch back. Oh, just barely, not enough room, and the AMG is able to get the car back on the track, but now the Ferrari right on his rear bumper. Hey, thank you very much. I super appreciate that. Thanks for the bits. And yeah, we've got a really good, strong lineup of commentators. I got to say that when it comes to Apollo Racing Club, we've got racing every night of the week, and we have commentators. Every single one of them knocks it out of the park for each league, each of their respective leagues. We're very, very fortunate to have the pool of talent that we can pull from. Makes it really fun. And as for this one, we're figuring it out on the go. Brand new game, new broadcasting API. There's all sorts of craziness happening today, but we're getting through it, and we have just about 10 minutes left in this race, and it is going to come down to the final seconds here for a couple of our drivers here. You know, and I said just a little bit ago, we haven't seen a ton of real close position action in the GT3 grid, and right at the end of the race, they all catch up to one another, and we are definitely watching some cars under pressure as we watch the Ferrari try to look for some room on the inside there. AMG really pushing the car around the corners there. Just cannot rotate as well as that Ferrari behind, but he is still shoving it through. And the Ferrari gets on the inside there, and it's going to be a drag race between the two of them coming around the final corner. The Ferrari does look to be out in front, but the question is, who is faster in a line? It looks like the Ferrari is coming down into turn one. And the AMG is going to have to follow behind him now up the hill. And it does look like Maltsev is going to be able to move himself up a position into P18. And that is going to be P4 in his grid. But the battle for first place, we've got to look away, is starting to heat up. Tommy Lee Kogan out in front, and he is followed by Alessandro Porta by just a quarter second. Coming up into some traffic here now. Joshua Kimball in the middle of it. It looks like that's also that's James Williamson there as well. And the race leaders filtering through. A whole bunch of traffic here, but managed to get through unscathed. To start the 67th lap here at Road Atlanta. Just to give you an idea of what their lap times are looking like, there is the last laps from everybody. Let's take a look at the best times. Currently, Tommy Kogan is holding the fastest lap of the session, but only just from Porta there, just behind him. Looks like they're catching up to some traffic there. It's one of the ARC mods. I believe that's Craig. Can't see the car number. Catch up to his Ferrari here, and they're going to make a pass there on the inside. Ferrari just barely gets his nose in. And there we see, I believe that is Anthony Jones leaving the pits there. Joshua Kimball, just behind them, Joshua Kimball and Williamson battling it out still for 9th place. These two have been at it now for about the last 45 minutes. Now just 6 minutes left in this race to decide who is going to finish where. We can also see Keegan Scott there in 3rd place. And he is a lap ahead, so he won't be gaining anything here, but got him on camera. Ooh, we got a red flag for Tommy Kogan. Must have gone a little bit off track there, and that is going to allow Porta to get up his inside and pass him, coming down into the second to last corner. Yeah, it looks like an off track for Tommy Kogan, but he is going to stay in it now. Too wide up the hill through turn 1. Wheel to wheel now into turn 2. Gets on the inside there a little bit, does Tommy Kogan. Really taking advantage of all of the track that he can just to try and stay caught up to our now race leader, Alessandro Porta. But he is going to have some work to do. They catch up to some traffic that might give him the relief that he needs. And the race is going to continue to go. Now coming up to the 5-minute mark. Maybe 2 or 3 laps left in this race. And Tommy Kogan has got a 1/3 of a second to catch up. Closing it down. It looks like that draft down the straight doing wonders for him. He dives to the outside. Let's see if he can carry enough speed around the corner. Good apex for the leading car. And is not able to make the pass happen this time. But he is still right there. He's going to get the draft down the straight there. Dives to the outside again. But first place is doing an excellent job of positioning himself on the track to where Kogan cannot get around him. Let's take a look at the cockpit viewer for a little bit so we can see what Kogan is having to deal with. I'm sure it's frustrating. The lead car out wide in front. It's going to give him the draft now. They're going to go hard onto the brakes here. And he is staying just right behind him. A little bit of oversteer there. You can see a bit of opposite lock. Coming up to some traffic now. Might be... Nope, they're just going to go right past him. Good timing to catch him. Still hanging on to him. That 1/10 interval is just not going away. But Porta's doing an excellent job of just maintaining his line there. Now down around the final bend. I don't think he's going to be close enough to get a draft here.
Doesn't look like it. Eric Mahoney starting to catch up to Colin Johnson now. Do they come into some traffic here and get around him? A lot of oversteer there from the race leader, and that is going to allow Tommy Cogan to get out in front of him. And now with just 3 minutes left in the race, Tommy Cogan won. Alessandro Porta 2. Now they're going to come back down into this kink here that we've seen them battle through so many times today. Except Tommy Cogan stays out in front this time. Now comes around the second to last corner, down the hill, into the straight. 2.5 minutes left. He goes into the pits. Why does he go into the pits? What just happened there? I don't know what just happened there. Man, I wish there was team radio or something that we could listen to. But now let's go ahead and watch Colin Johnson and Eric Mahoney battle for third place. This is gonna be for the podium. Oh wait, no, they both move up because Tommy's in the pits. What is going on? What is happening? He's making his way out right now. He is back out on the track and it looks like behind a car. Yeah, he might have been low on fuel. He was a lot quicker in the straights. That's very possible. But it looks like he's gonna finish P4. Let's take a look back here. The battle for P5 in the GT3 grid is starting to heat up. It'll be between Chip Michaels and Stefano in the number 124 car. On top of one another, the AMG and the Ferrari are. And Eric Mahoney getting very close to Colin Johnson now. I'm trying to keep track of it all, but there's too much going on. Catching up to some traffic there. Looks like the leader there, P2, going to be able to get through it a little bit easier, Colin Johnson. The battle in that GT3 grid starting to heat up just a little bit again. Chip Michaels on the defense here. Currently hanging on to P5 in the split. P19 overall. Not sure who that is in between them, or just behind them, I should say. The number 24 car. That's actually third place in the grid. That's going to be Jack Headcourt. Oh, that's not even close to the right last name. Hedgecox? Headcox? Correct me after the race, please. You're doing a phenomenal job. P3. See if you can hang on to it. But let's watch the battle up here. Ooh. Looks like he's going very slow. Oh, it's because the race is over. It didn't give me anything. Wow, that happened fast. So Alessandro Porta is going to finish in P1, Colin Johnson in P2, and Eric Mahoney is going to finish in P3. Tommy Cogan is going to finish P4 after an extra pit stop there. Michael LeBron here in P5 overall. Keegan Scott, P6. Andrew Surwick, P7. Eric Chang in P8. James Williamson in P9. DeAndre Young to round out the top 10. Going to the GT3 split. We have Diago in the 33 car in P1. Alejandro in P2. Jack Headcox in P3. Eugene Malt7, P4. Chip Michaels in P5. Stefano Lobuno in P6. Matthew Rice, P7. Melon Pitch is in P15, so let's go to Joe Fierro for P8 in Split, and Bart Matya P9, and Nick Schwartz to finish out P10 for the GT3 grid. But that is going to be our grid. Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Look at the results. And there is our top 18. It should cycle through there here in just a little bit. Oh, those are the practice results. Go to the next results, please. That's not going to do it. Whatever. Nope, that's not what I told you to do. Oh, well. Well, that's what we're going to have to work with. But there is our race winner there, Alessandro Porta. Very hard-fought race for sure. Colin Johnson as well, as everybody heads back into the pits. But that is going to do it for us today, folks. Thank you so much for joining us for the very first race. Suffered through all of the technical difficulties with me this week. We'll have those bugs sorted out by next week. We will be back, or not next week, excuse me, next month. We'll be at Watkins Glen, November 6th. Same time. You can see on screen there is our schedule for this series, the IMSARC. I'm even wearing my IMSA hat just in the spirit of the race. But yeah, wow, some excellent multi-grid action. I'm definitely looking forward to getting to do some more streaming and iRacing. There's a lot of fun toys in here that I just did not have time to get set up. So definitely catch us. November 6th, you will want to be here. It'll be almost a 40-car grid like we had this week. Might even have some new faces in there if we've got some sub-ins and outs. We'll see. But my name is Matt McAdams, bringing you the IMSARC series here of mixed class racing and iRacing. It's been an absolute pleasure this first race. Definitely join us on Discord if you're interested in joining us. We'll take everybody. Doesn't matter if you just picked up sim racing yesterday or if you've been doing it since COVID like the rest of us. We've also got races here at Apollo Racing Club every night of the week on Twitch and YouTube. If that sounds like something you want to watch, we've got everything from now multi-class GT3 LMP to Codemasters F1 to Assetto Corsa F1. We've got a IndyCar League that also takes place in iRacing. So if anything like that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and hit that follow button. You'll get announcements every time we go live. There's always something interesting to watch. We've got great commentators for every other race of the evening. But that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in just about a month. And until next time, thank you for watching us here at Apollo Racing Club. You guys have a good afternoon.